global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello guys, welcome to Global Happenings. Today we have a trending news for you, and the headline reads IPOB and the Yoruba World Congress, Amotekun and the self-determination by the South Hills. But before we go into the news proper and further analysis, we do like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button below. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Okay, let's go straight into the news of the day. The intrigues in the quest for self-determination, mostly championed by socio-cultural groups in Nigeria, have an underlying reason laced in agitation for well-being of the region. We all know self-determination is a desire of groups of persons to freely choose and develop their socio-cultural, political, and economic system. Well, quickly in this short piece, we attempt to draw a parallel line between the indigenous people of Biafra, that's IPOB, and Amotekun, as canvassed by the Yoruba World Congress, YWC. Don't forget that we also have the Igbo World Congress, as IWC. Okay, let's continue. The governors of the 6 western states of Oyo, Ondo, Ekiti, Osun, Lagos, Ogun initiated the Western Nigerian Security Network, codenamed Amotekun. This is a security outfit based in all the 6 southwestern states with the sole responsibility of curbing general insecurity in the region. It was formally launched on the 9th of January 2020 in Ibadan, Oyo State. The establishment of the security outfit was a follow-up to the Regional Security Summit held in Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria, that's on June 2019, through Development Agenda for Western Nigerian Commission, that's DAWN, DAWN. In support of this outfit, all the 6 state governors contributed 20 vehicles each, except Oyo, that contributed 33 vehicles in order to assist the operatives in carrying out their duties, making a total of 133 vehicles for a startup. They also procured 100 units of motorcycles each, making a total of 600 motorcycles. Following the announcement of Amotekun, the Yoruba World Congress, YWC, is an umbrella body of the Yoruba sociocultural self-determination and advocacy groups worldwide. The group has been in the forefront in galvanizing local and international support for Amotekun, just as Nnamdi Kanu has done and is still doing for IPOB. The group's main objective and vision may be different, but their modus operandi seems to be the same. It is safe to say that YWC, that the Yoruba World Congress, would make Amotekun end up as IPOB. Undoubtedly, an increase in the agitation for self-determination has led to an increase in government responsiveness. This growing demand for secession has particularly been used as a powerful tool for political negotiation in the country that has seen the proliferation of ethnic and sub-ethnic militia groups in the political landscape of the country. What is left to be seen is if Amotekun will eventually metamorphose into IPOB, that indigenous people of Biafra, like others. IPOB like agitation. We have a few questions to ask. Will the creation of the sub-ethnic give the Southwest the political capital to clinch the leadership come 2023? Are the Southwest political leaders, are they all hell-bent on hoodwinking the South in event the presidency zoned to the South, edging out the Southeast from the political equation? Is it the end that will justify the means? Let's wait. Okay, but we want to look at this very critically. Before now, some set of persons came up and said, look, Amotekun may have come up for one reason, and that very reason could be to protect lives and property of the Yorubas. I'm talking about the Southwesterners. And some group of people came up, they gave themselves different names. Military at some point, fought against the creation of Amotekun. But along the line, some set of persons within the southwestern zone felt that look, and they came up and announcing it to the world, say, look, you guys are joking. I feel that they felt, and I'm quoting them, that they felt that yes, the governors of southwestern state started Amotekun on a good note. They had security in mind for the Yorubas, as in guarding the southwestern zone in mind. But along the line, that they felt that the whole motive of Amotekun in itself has been hijacked. That Amotekun's creation is like a way of having some sort of empowering a group or a militia or an ethnic group, not just for restructuring technically, but having technically empowering the southwesterners to have some sort of country of their own, bit by bit anyway. May not be official, but unofficially they are now saying, okay, this whole zone is now for Oduduwa. May not be called Oduduwa, maybe we call it Amotekun for now, but we are now guarding our region, which may end up being our nation as things event unfold. They are not looking at it now. Analysts are looking at it in this way: if for any reason southwesterners do not get the presidency come 2023, they may likely break out, from the nation Nigeria, or even before they think of breaking out. Before that time, there may be some agitations, just like IPOB is doing, using for fronting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as their forefront, as their leader. But this time around, Amotekun itself now will be the sort of a group, an outfit that will be the forefront. But now they didn't stop there. They said, look, while IPOB have been known to go for international local sensitization about the fact that there's need for secession, everyone, when you mention Biafra agitation, I'm talking about this season and time, you will mention Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Everyone have heard about him. He keeps giving Nigerians and Biafrans updates on where he has gone, how far he has gone, how far he has been accepted, or how far he has gone thus far concerning the issue of Biafra agitation and Biafran actualization. He didn't stop there. He still mentioned the fact that the likes of Igbo worldwide, that's IYIWC, that's Igbo World Congress, just that's an umbrella body too of Igbo, of the Igbos and the Igbos. There's also an umbrella body of the Yorubas called the Yoruba World Congress. That's IYC. But though they are silent, they're not so popular like IPOB. But they are silent. But they have been giving so much agitation, gently and quietly, without making noise. You may not know, a lot of persons may not know about them, but they are on the ground working, ensuring that Amotekun gets a thumbs up, legally and otherwise, officially and unofficially. They are sensitizing their people on a very low key, and that was why those inside that got wind of it and said, look, this Amotekun may not just be Amotekun as the case may be, but it's an Amotekun that may likely be a negotiating power that may break the hand of those in the power that be, if it is not properly handled. What they are trying to say in effect is they say, look, they're looking at it in the sense that it's going to be a political weapon, technically, whereby give us presidency 2023. If you don't, no problem, we break out. Everything is already in place, and while IPOB, while Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is making agitation, everyone is seeing it. Don't forget that the Yorubas are still, a number of them are still in the corridor of power, so they can't make it public. It's just that one or two persons have gotten wind of the fact that there may be something sinister to that effect. But you can't deny the fact that an average Yoruba man would like to have a country of his own, if things don't work out the way he wants. The fact that things are not working out the way it ought to be, the fact that there are some Nigerians that are more equal than other Nigerians, the fact that appointments are lopsided, it tends to make you realize, it tends to remind you that we are of different ethnicity, and we should look inwards in the sense that look at my ethnic group and say I can support my ethnic group to get there. So if they're not giving me support, then let me look inward and support my ethnicity and see how we can, harness our inherent skill and have our own the growth of the betterment of our own ethnic group, since it looks as if every man to your tent, O Israel. But as it is now, everyone is watching. Amotekun has come to. That's why you're seeing those internal guys saying, look guys, you guys are not seeing the picture. These guys have already started doing the permutations ahead of 2023. If you don't give us presidency, I'm talking about the Southwest now. If you do not give us presidency come 2023, then by all means, Amotekun will become a regional. It's already a regional thing, but it will now become some sort of a breakaway where we can break out of Nigeria and have what to do as a nation. Don't forget, if Amotekun begin to come into play, a lot of things will begin to put. They may begin to put a lot of things into play. By the time you already have, don't forget that it's Southwest already as a region. They are functioning. Everything is functioning. Where if they even break away already, they already have a security. It will be easier to even close their borders. It will be easier to mount security very quickly because they already have a working modus operandi that is already functional. Just to create maybe a currency, and if they don't already have a national anthem of their own, and it doesn't take anything really. But I guess it's the case of they're having two in their hands. However, where the politics will go, they are ready. Is it if you give us presidency 2023, okay, we could just run this show properly. But if we don't, we break out. Okay, but if you ask me, that's a nice background, a nice ideology that is being, harnessed in very high-ranking places, not leaked, but nursed, waiting patiently come 2023. But for the Igbo, so people are not thinking, will Amotekun eventually graduate into something that has to do with people like IPOB? Will they end up becoming agitators and wishing to secede after the nation Nigeria if eventually 2023 comes, they do not give presidency to that region? But that's my take on this whole analysis, which has come like a rude shock to me, but obviously it wasn't. All along when this group were shouting, Amotekun has been hijacked, this is what they meant by Amotekun has been hijacked. It's for a political weapon which they are waiting to use come 2023. I don't see it as a weapon. I see it as options. They're weighing the options, which is best for them, they use. But what do you think about what this analogy is, this analysis of the core use of Amotekun and what it may stand to gain or benefit the Yorubas?